All right, let's take a second and talk about Chicago. Now, Chicago is probably best known for being the most quintessentially Bob Fosse musical of them all. He did a lot, but Chicago is probably the one that jumps into people's heads first whenever his name is mentioned. The dances are everything we've just talked about in the Bob Fosse video. But aside from just the influence of Fosse, there's a lot going on in this show. It is a show that is talking about the corruption of the legal system. It is a show that talks about how the press manipulates facts in order to form entertainment as opposed to news. It also has the distinction of placing its female characters in positions of power, positions they did not hold very often on Broadway. So they actually are much stronger than they had been perceived in a lot of musicals previous. So let's start at the beginning. So Chicago, music by a gentleman by the name of John Kander, and lyrics by Fred Ebb. Ebb and Fosse wrote the book as well. The musical is based on a play that was originally written in the 1920s, but the long and short of the musical is you have these two women who have been accused of murder. One is accused of murdering her husband, and the other is accused of murdering her lover. Now, in both cases, both of them did it. They are guilty as sin. And they hire a fast-talking lawyer who, through showmanship and sleight of hand, very vaudeville-style presentation, wins the jury and the press over to the women's side. So even though he is not hiding the fact that they're guilty, he's manipulating the facts and everything to get public sentiment on their side. So, a couple things to unpack here. First of all, this is a musical that is talking about something that we, in this day and age, are very familiar with, the concept of the celebrity trial. Or even if it's not the celebrity trial, the trial that suddenly makes celebrities. Many of you are probably too young to remember the O.J. Simpson case. But there have been several since where the media just jumps on this trial and they're reporting every day. You got to know what the person is wearing. Every bit of gossip suddenly is treated as fact, and should this make a difference in the court? And even when we feel justice has been grossly mishandled, we still see the person getting off as some kind of a happy ending, you know? So, again, that's nothing new. But for that to be the subject of a musical was. Also, the way that the musical is presented, it's presented almost in a style very similar to Cabaret, where there's almost two things going on. You have the straight play giving us the plot, and then a much more jazz-inspired, vaudeville-inspired musical numbers to better illustrate the twisting of facts, the characters' inner feelings, and so on. And again, this is a film, not a film, well, it is a film, but this is a show where its female characters are given a lot more power, not just over their physical relationships, but over their own fate. All right, they understand the game that's being played, and they understand the way to win it. So they're just as crafty and just as manipulative as the lawyer is, but they are in control of that manipulation. That's not something that was done a lot up to that point. It's not something that's done a lot now.